morning. Welcome back to the course on engineering metrology, and we are in the laboratory demonstration session here. So we have discussed various instruments before, like vernier caliper, micrometer. Now we have vernier height gauge here. Vernier height gauge is another vernier instrument which is used to measure the height. So you can see that this vernier height gauge is here. So this is the vernier height gauge, which is having various components which are very similar to the vernier caliper. However, the difference is that we do not have calipers here, but a measuring scriber. We call it scriber, we call it stylus. So there is only one jaw that is movable. So because this is not a jaw, it is a scribe. So the moving part of this instrument is known as slider. Slider can be moved up and down like this. When we lose the screws, it can be moved up and down. When we look at the full view, we can see that a big scale is there, vertical scale, that is known as main scale. This is the main scale. It has also calibrations on both of its sides, and the calibrations are in inches and in mm. In both scales the calibrations are there, and on the both sides of the main scale we have guiding face. You can see this stainless steel or hardened steel, there are two guiding face which is of stainless steel kind of color. So these two guiding faces are there on which the slider is moving up and down. The guiding faces are also grounded very well, so as there is no play in moving of the grinder. So you know, this is a mechanical instrument in which, as I discussed before, with small tiny particles of dust or chips, we can have certain errors in it. So the instrumental error might rise with life, with aging or with your use, or maybe with the environmental conditions if those are dirty. So there is a major role of the scriber here. If you look at the scriber, at the tip of the scriber is sharpened here, is sharpened because this is also used for marking. And it is very important that the vernier caliper, the base of the scriber, okay, I will loosen the scriber here, I will take off the scriber. So it can be removed. So we like to show you the bottom surface of the scriber, which is a surface which is grounded properly. So whenever the scriber has to be sharpened, it has to be sharpened from the top taper surface. It has to be sharpened from this surface, because the grounded surface is the one, the surface at the bottom of the scriber is the one based on which the calibration is done. So that is never grinded, and the surface is made up of chrome steel sometimes. This is the measuring face. This face is the surface at the bottom is known as the measuring face. So other components are the probe extension. We have fixing device on which we are trying to fix the stylus. Okay, I will keep on using the word stylus or scriber interchangeably. So it is fixed on the fixing device. On the fixing device we have this nut, and there might be some packing sometime if it is required. So these are the major components of our vernier height gauge. This vernier height gauge is of make Mitutoyo, and it has maximum calibration of 300 mm. You can see. So the calibration is 300 mm maximum, but the height is even higher. The height is even higher so as to adjust the slider over it. The important part in vernier height gauge is the base of the height gauge. If you see the bottom surface of the base, this bottom surface of the base has to be flat. Now this is one of the important parts of the vernier height gauge that determines the accuracy of the increment. Based on this only, the accuracy in the measurements or the precision in the measurements would come. So we can see that, okay, we have just put the vernier height gauge on the table at first. So I like to show you that this is actually a wooden table. So the table is not grounded very well. So we need to use a surface plate. What if we use this table? If we see, okay, I will use a feeler gauge and try to see that do we have any gap between the table surface and the bottom surface of the vernier height gauge. Let us try. So this is the most thick feeler gauge, which is of the order of 80 by 100, that is 0.8. So this is the thinness. You can see that. Okay, you can see that it can be inserted here. Yeah. So there is a small bump or some small trough here. So this surface is not grounded. The thing is that we have to move this height gauge. Like we have to swipe this height gauge on this ground surface to make some markings. So it is not recommended to use any surface like that. So the basic instrument, the basic tool in metrology lab, surface plate, has to be there to use vernier height gauge. Now I will put my vernier height gauge on the surface plate. Vernier height gauge is now kept on the surface plate. Now let us try to do the same exercise. Let us try to insert the most fine feeler gauge, which is of the order of 5 by 100, that is 0.05 mm thickness. So is it inserting? No. So in any side from either of the sides, it is not getting inserted. So that means it is quite sensitive. It is quite flat with the surface plate. Now we will follow the first guideline, cleaning of the instruments. Actually we have cleaned the surface plate before. So we will clean the bottom surface of our instrument using acetone or maybe cloth. So I will just swipe quickly this cloth over the surface plate as well, so as to avoid any dust particles. Okay, the cleaning part is almost done. Actually we have cleaned the vernier height gauge before. Okay, you can see because of the weight it has fallen down because the nuts were loose. Okay. Now, so since it has fallen down, we will see the zero error. So is there any zero error? When the bottom of the scribe touches the ground, the zero line of the vernier caliper should coincide with the zero line of the main scale. So is there any zero error? No. Zero is coinciding with zero. So this is a good news. We do not have to work with errors here, at least instrumental errors. So we can do any kind of calculations using this. Now let us, okay, before actually doing measurement, I like to give some more information on vernier height gauge. It is a vernier height gauge is the graduated scale or bar is held in a vertical position by a finely grounded and lapped base. A precision ground surface plate is mandatory, as I said. So the feature of the job to be measured is held between the base and the measuring jaw. Measuring jaw, you call it measuring jaw or stylus. The stylus is mounted on a slider that moves up and down, and it can be tightened using a nut. There is a fine adjustment nut as well and fine adjustment clamp here. So the clamping screws both are there, like the vernier caliper. Will first tighten the clamp, fine adjustment clamp, this clamp, then using the fine adjustment screw we can move it, we can make fine adjustment here, then after getting the desired height, we can clamp the main screw and conveniently note down the reading after that. So, unlike in the depth gauge, the main scale in the height gauge is stationary while the slider moves up and down. And the least count of this instrument is 0.02 mm. It is also mentioned over there. The vernier height gauges are available in various sizes ranging from 150 to 500 mm for precision tool room applications. Some models have quick adjustment screw release on the movable jaw that makes it possible to directly move to any point within the approximate range. So, this is helpful. Vernier height gauges find applications in inspection departments as well. Inspection departments are the one where the measurements are taken after the products are manufactured. So, modern variants of height gauges are maybe optical, electronic, digital, and are becoming increasingly popular. So, as I said, if there is a digital vernier caliper, we need not to adjust this 0. And in this case, this is the mechanical one. We always have to adjust this 0 and work with the 0 error if it occurs. So, let us try to find height of some component here. I will call it a workpiece. Okay. So, this is one component. So, what is the height of this component? What I will do, I will place the stylus on this component. Okay. Now, I will see, I will lock the fine adjustment slider first, then actually the fine adjustment part of the slider, then the main screw of the slider. Okay, after the fine adjustment, actually it is just kept over there, we need not to adjust it. Okay, it is kept properly, then we will lock this one. Now, we can note down the reading. The reading is very similar to the vernier caliper because we have the similar kind of vernier and the main scales here. So, you can see that the height of this component is, let me see which is the coinciding point. So, 48 plus something, it is 48 mm plus something. What is that something? We can see which line is coinciding. Okay, 42nd line is coinciding. So, the height of our workpiece is 42 into 0.02 is equal to 48.84 mm. So, this is just one application. Okay, we can find height of any workpiece that is within the range of our instrument. Okay. What if we need to find the midpoint of this? Okay, one thing is this height is actually 48.84. We can adjust it to 48.84 by 2 midpoint. This is equal to 24.48 mm. This is another way. What we can do? We can just lower down the height of the scribe here to somewhere, to any height whatever we like. So, what we can do, we can lower down the height of the slider here to make the scriber to make a mark on the workpiece. So, we can make a mark here. So, the rule to make a mark is we have to keep the height gauge at some angle. You know, if I do at 90 degree, the mark wouldn't be that very precise. This is not a right way, left, right, this is not a good way. Also, making it right 90 degrees is not a good way. Marking like this, this intermediate marking is also not recommended. The best way to make a mark is to make it at a tilt it at some angle, so as this corner, one of the corner touches the workpiece, and to mark it in one go like this. This is the best way. And like this is human body, it is the rule of ergonomics. Whenever we draw the lines, it is from upside down. Whenever we draw lines, it is like this. Like the best way to draw the line is this. The stroke has to be upside down and from left to right, from top to bottom. So it is important that whenever we mark, so because we are holding the instrument, it is better because our hand would like to come in the equilibrium position, in the relaxed position, and the relaxed position of hand is like this. Marking something like this is not recommended. It is better to bring the hand in the backward position. Like if I have to mark, it should be like this. So this is a rule of ergonomics that whenever you mark, like I said, from top to bottom or from left to right, my right hand is trying to come into the equilibrium position. Equilibrium, or I would say relaxed position. The relaxed position of hand is this. So when I start from the left, it will try to come to the relaxed position from left to right. So if you are a right-handed person and you try to mark straight lines from right to left or from bottom to top, you will see that it will be a little difficult, because we are habitual, or our body is habitual, not habitual, it is actually the rule of nature only, that everything would like to come into the equilibrium position or the relaxed position. So it is better that as we are holding the height gauge, it is better if we pull it here. Okay. So this is the way to mark. So we have marked it once. Now I can turn it upside down and make another mark. Wait. Now you can see these two lines, the middle line between these two can be the midpoint. So this is the way to mark. Another use of vernier height gauge is, if we need to mark properly, like we can use square head of the combination set or tri-square to mark the lines very parallel to these here. This can be also done with height gauge. If I have marked a line here, I can even mark the lines here on the side. Okay, what for marking we have used ink, however, there is a ink available in the market for metal marking, but we have just used this marker to mark it, to produce this red color, so as the marking is clear. So we can mark the parallel lines here. Now we have got this line around all the four surfaces, and if we have to do any machining, it is marked here. So metrology is all about marking, measuring, all those things. So this is the use of vernier height gauge. So there are certain guidelines as in other instruments. The first thing is cleaning. As I said, we need to clean the components properly before we start working, thoroughly cleaning the height gauge, surface plate, workpiece to be measured. We need to apply some good quality oil to slide way of the main beam sometimes. And number 2 is 0 point checking. Zero-point checking, like we need to make sure that the height gauge reads 0 when a scriber measuring face touches the surface plate while under the normal light measuring force. Okay. Now before using the height gauge, we need to wipe off the anti-corrosive oil from the bottom surface of the base and the scriber mount. It is important here. Now there are certain errors that could be made. Number 3 is measuring force. Okay. If the measuring force is not proper, it wouldn't give a very good results. So when taking measurements, we need to be careful to actually not exert the excessive force, to exert the appropriate force on the workpiece with the scribers. Now special care is needed when the feeding of the scribers using the fine feed screw. So for instance, if the height gauge is open in this height, and if I try to place it here, this is not a good practice. So this is not a good practice. So it would try to deteriorate this scriber as well, and also the force that is exerting is not proper. So it is important to loosen it properly, place it gently, and tighten this. And if now I keep on tightening this fine adjustment screw, it will exert some extra force. So that is also not recommended. When we have just kept it here, let us see after tightening this clamp, let us see that okay, is there any adjustment, any light force, not very tightly, just very loosely, okay, it is okay, then we will tighten this, so as this can be removed easily here. Okay. So the force is also important, measuring force. Next precaution, okay, I can put certain other general precautions like parallax error, then scribing is important here. In scribing, when scribing the lines, clamp the slider firmly and slide the scriber in one direction. As I said, do not retrace. Okay, I just gave the demonstration on this. Do not retrace, no intermittent lines, intermittent markings. Okay, use work study rules. Like I said, we need to top to bottom, left to right. Okay, so scribing is important, otherwise it might bring some errors. Okay, so this was all about the vernier height gauge. So next we will meet in the next part of the laboratory demonstration only. I will pick another instrument and explain that. So as of now, I will just take a small pause, then we will move in the next lecture. Thank you.